Hello, Sunshine. Welcome back to another episode of HeartablazE podcast. I have a few things to randomly share, I guess. But how's your morning been? My morning's been pretty good. I've had a really nice chat yesterday with my flatmate / really good friend, and I had an amazing chat this morning with my good friend Elijah Amoss. Check him out if you don't know him. He's an incredible trans R&B singer who's kind of just starting out, pretty fresh, and has really, really amazing music and has been a very, very good friend. And before we jump into stuff, this episode's mostly about something about him. Remember the little croissant candle I shared recently? So I finally finished the candle. I've been burning through it like crazy because it's such a big candle, and I wanted to like basically use it for like keepsakes and stuff. Just sort of like, you know, lip balm, my dental floss, things that I kind of use daily at a certain time. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's kind of the exciting thing for me. Anyway, so today's episode is about, so if you don't know, I have mentioned it briefly in the past, Elijah Moss. We first met over a personal growth community run by TGAR, who's an Australian rapper, exceptional guy as well. If you want to make yourself a better person and, you know, hone in on your goals, definitely join the community and work with him. So it happened basically, I was reaching out to him for a podcast episode because I thought it'd be cool to interview him. And around the same time, he was actually thinking about reaching out to me as well. But it was actually because he's working on his first debut album. And he was thinking about reaching out because he saw some of my artworks and was thinking about inviting me to see if I want to collab and do the merch stuff for his new album. Which is the first time ever anyone's ever asked me this. And I feel, you know, I've always felt like I can draw, but I'm not like wildly talented or anything. But, you know, people have been incredibly gracious and very loving of my stuff. And, you know, artists like Elijah and Tika, you know, and Breezy, you know, who really, really give me a lot of credit for my work. Have really, really started to help me kind of accept the compliments and, you know, really embrace what I do. And, you know, obviously a lot of my art stuff started with because I wanted to like make sort of merch stuff for Sam Tompkins, like for myself to wear, essentially, just because, you know, there's a way of expressing. Think of it like as an artist making music. It's my way of kind of journaling or documenting my feelings and getting my thoughts out. And I just, I think from that point, I started growing, and then I started honing in on like a certain style, especially when I was drawing him. I decided, like, the first painting I did of him, I was like, I really want to make sure I have a very unique sort of art style that's recognizable. And I feel like the button nose is kind of like a thing. It just, I don't know why, but it works and it just feels right. So I've taken on that as sort of my signature of all things. But I've really honed in on like my own sort of art style and my own sort of expression of feelings and concept arts and stuff. And, you know, I think that has really helped me grow into a form of me and helped me to get to the place where I am, where I can confidently meet someone like Elijah, who, you know, has a very big, like a very specific sense of style and branding. And I can kind of talk to him and be like, hey, look, just after listening to, you know, your album, like at this stage, what you've done, this is like a list of like concepts that I've already thought of first thing in my head, and I've kind of written them down. I can run it through you. And so far I've done 2 arts, and today's episode is basically about the first art for the album. I'm not allowed to disclose like what the album is called. I won't really talk about the theme and such so much, but I will talk about, you know, things that you do know about him is, you know, he is a trans person, and he is you know, very much about trying to like bring a positive impact on the community. And I've mentioned to him that I think it's great to have a figure like him that young trans people can look up to. And, you know, for someone like him, you know, meeting him has really helped me understand a bit more about trans people. And you can check out our interview as well, because when we did the interview, I made sure to ask him a lot of questions because I felt I was genuinely very, very uneducated on the subject, especially when you don't know anyone in there. It's very hard to say you know something about someone unless you actually firsthand meet someone who is that person or that a part of the community. You know, it's kind of like saying a straight person knows everything about gay people if they were never actually friends with a gay person. That's kind of a little bit, it's definitely not true. Like, it's definitely not possible. Yeah, anyway, so I did the first art and just quickly show it again. So, actually, no, I'll plug it in because I've already wrote the title on the final one, and I'm not allowed to show that. Basically, I took one of the shots from one of his, I believe it was on Instagram, one of his reels, and it was a very cool shot of him wearing this sort of like a long puffer jacket, and he was doing like an sort of angled move when he was like lip syncing, and I thought that pose looked so good. And I was looking for sort of like a full body shot for this, and I wanted like a free tiered kind of like shot. I've always wanted to do this and I haven't really done it yet, and I've always thought about doing a free panel shot with like the in-between gaps. I just think that kind of artwork is really, really cool. It's often on t-shirts as well, and I can imagine this being on a t-shirt. I just think this would be a really cool design on a t-shirt or a tote bag, and that's one of the things I'm trying to pinpoint in my head, or envision before I start out each artwork, is envisioning which type of apparel or merch type that it's going to be on, so that I'm 100% sure that it doesn't end up being just a good artwork and then feels a bit out of place when it's put on a merch, you know, because this is all intentionally done for Elijah's project and he has to work for his merch, and everything has to pop. I want it to stand out some way. It doesn't have to be so much about, you know, putting in as many colors or putting as many, it's like I feel like Elijah is a very he's a simple person in the sense that there's a lot of complexity with his life, but he is at heart a very, very love-forward person, the way I see it. And, you know, there's no like hidden complexities about like how he interacts with people. He's just like, feels like a warm, fuzzy feeling when you talk to him. Let's put it that way. Hopefully that explains it. But that's what I kind of want to reflect in his artwork. I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with his like title and theme. Like it would bring about, it would tie things together nicely, I think. Anyway, so yeah, and I showed it to him. I did it in over 2 days, less than 2 days, I would say. It was very, very quick, this one. I was just like in a very, very, I think I knew exactly where I was going and I had a lot of time to think about it. So I knew exactly how I wanted things. And then I sat down and just kind of got it out. And then my plan is to get this one printed on a t-shirt. I'll probably show you the t-shirt when it's done before I mail it out to him. And I want to like send it to him. And but I'll blur out the title. But I got his approval. The reason I was waiting for this episode to like film this episode's intro is because I was waiting to see what he thinks when I send it to him. And he said he thinks it's amazing and he really likes it. And I've done a second artwork as well. I haven't actually finished it, but I'll show you. This one doesn't have any title on it, so I can definitely show that. I probably won't show any more in a long while because I don't want to give too much away to people. I'll see what Elijah thinks. But without showing the title, here it is. So this one was, the idea was kind of like having like all these, you know, because like we deal with a lot of like darkness and, you know, traumas or life difficulties, and, you know, as a trans person, obviously Elijah has had his fair share of difficult sort of like parts of his journey. And again, you know, it's nothing like I'm not oversharing anything. It's just all stuff that's been said on our interview, but sort of that has stuck with me, and I thought it would be nice to kind of show up some of those challenges. And one of the first things that popped in my head in one of the songs when I was listening to it was kind of like these like shadowy hands, kind of like the dark part of you that you lock away in a vault, kind of like grasping out and kind of like challenging you and trying to like, you know, cover your mouth or, you know, cover your body, trying to like you know, stop you in your path. And yeah, so that second piece is very, very much sort of a reflection of life's challenges and such, and, you know, emotional like trauma and all that. Yeah, things that we kind of deal with but hide out of sight, but it's always there, like your shadow. You don't pay a lot of attention to it, but it's always close to you. That's probably a good way to sum it up. But yeah, so this video is basically just mostly a showcase of the art process. I will mention I used my Meta AI glasses to film the first part of the sketching along with the rest, but in particular, I want to talk about the first part. I just wanted to apologize for the dizziness that you might get, because I noticed that because it's following my eyesight, I kind of missed a lot of the art in a sense, and I also kept looking left and right, back and forth. I think for the future, if I do another art like this video, what I'll do is I'll probably set up a tripod for the sketching part to avoid this kind of dizzy transition or dizzy viewing experience. But for the rest of like the line art and like the painting, then I can use my Meta AI glasses, because that doesn't happen as much since I'm focused on the artwork itself. But apologies for that if it gets you a bit dizzy. Otherwise, you can always skip ahead and see me do the line art, and you'll still get the full experience of sort of like the body being drawn. And also, Elijah, if I'm watching this is also obviously for you. I thought it would be really cool for you to see the process of something designed for you being made. I hope you really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making this, and I feel super excited when I was making it, and still do, about everything that's coming. Fleshing out all the ideas that I had written down before. I've got another idea coming today already. But yeah, and feel free to let me know anything that you feel like needs editing or changing, or sort of like a slight change in direction. I think the goal here is to produce as many options for you to choose from and select from. In the end, if you use everything, that would be super cool. But, I have a lot of ideas, and I think this is just a really good chance to hone my skills and, especially do something amazing, to challenge myself to be as utmost professional and create like as creative as I can possibly be, for the sake of delivering an amazing thing to not only a dear friend, but someone who is entrusted such a big and important project to me. It's his first album. It's a very exciting thing. It's very important, and I can't imagine how important it is to choose your partners like with utmost care. And the fact that he's taking a leap of faith with someone who has no experience technically in this area, I think that's really cool. So thank you again for letting me experience this, and enjoy the video. And hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye. Has that ever marked you left just like recently? Yeah, like here. No. No. Where?